Hello, it's me again, the Metaverse Explorer, back again with another episode to keep you up to date on what's happening in the Star Atlas Metaverse. This is a Town Hall recap number 27. We just had a Town Hall this morning. I listened to it, drinking my coffee, and now I'm going to give you the recap of everything they said. This was a big Star Atlas Town Hall, guys. We had so much new information. I can't actually put all of it into this one video. It's just going to be way too long. So this is just going to be a recap of the Town Hall, and then we'll have the new ship brochures, and then we'll have the risk zone document. So this is brought to you by Funcracker, brought to you by Aephian, and myself, Metaverse Explorer. Without further ado, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe for me, and let's get to it. Welcome to Aephian Industries, where we deliver you the very best content for your Star Atlas journey. At Aephian, we are a collection of over 600 members strong, where we focus on being the titans of industry. Come and find us. Come on this journey with us. At Aephian, we don't discriminate. We accept all factions, all races. Fly with us. And thanks for coming back. Let's get started. So, what do we have to show this time? We have some major topics to discuss. Some of them are quite long, so I've just given a brief overview of some of them. So the first thing that they talked about in the town hall was the Galactic Marketplace relaunch. This is basically a kind of a reshuffling of the marketplace as we see it now to actually make it look more like an auction house. And I might try and put up an auction house picture so you can see as well. But think like RuneScape or Guild Wars 2 or an actual MMO auction house where it's its own interface and you see all the items up for sale at different prices, maybe who's selling them, and kind of quantities, all of this sort of stuff. There's an actual picture in my mind of what an auction house looks like. So I'm thinking this is what they're going for. So basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to do a peer-to-peer trade functionality, which is new. We haven't really seen that, a peer-to-peer. So which is great infrastructure that we need, because when you can do peer-to-peer trading, you don't have to worry about the market. You know, we can trade this for that if I feel like this is valued at that. And you can do PvP battles and say I will put up this item where we can do a trade. If you win this PvP battle, then you get this item in that trade. It's just the infrastructure. They want to simplify the whole process, so they're expecting. It's another point they said they're expecting about 1 million new players to be coming to the Star Atlas ecosystem. So they want to make it super easy to onboard new users. And that's why the marketplace relaunch has to come before the new marketing and new acquisitions all come out. Secondly, they talked about SCREAM, which is the extension of Cream. We still got to find the person who makes all these names up. Jesus Christ. So they want to ensure that the feature is really fun and really engaging. So this is the Cream. This is the ship missions, character progression, skills over time, farming, mining, all of this sort of stuff. They just want to make it so it's way more entertaining for people when they first come in. Next up, let's have a look at some of the ships. We had some new drops, okay? We had the new GAO offering brochure with whole new ships. They said there was like 52 ships this year, and in the brochure there's 45 ships or something like that, but this is one of them. And we did recently see this in one of the ArtStation artists who we found out was a Star Atlas artist as well, so we're able to see this. So what do you think about this ship? I think it's cool. I think it's a Calico ship. It looks like it. I want to zoom in and see what those other writings are, but it's pretty good. It's reminds me of like an X-Wing or something from Star Wars. It's pretty cool. And of course, I'll be putting in little ship pictures in between this entire town hall recap for you. Next up, what are the major topics? The showroom. They talked about the showroom. They want to make sure they go with multiplayer support, but the multiplayer support is not going to be one of the first things you'll see. They want to make it so that it's a shared environment at least. So maybe not like 50 people, but maybe in one instance in a specific section, you might have your DAO be able to meet maybe 30 or so people. They want to make sure it's interactive, because how cool would it be for you to come with your friends, you got your own ship, your rainbow chi, and you invite your friend over to your showroom to come and have a look and walk around in your rainbow chi. That's awesome, isn't it? You can customize it the way you want so that people can come in and see, oh, I like how you did this. Oh, mine looks like this. That's cool. That's what I want to see. After that, they talked about 2 pieces of consumable media content that are in production now and that'll be released this year. Now, I'm thinking this is heavily tied to their marketing campaign that they might be releasing to try and attract these 1 million people coming in. This is 2 pieces of consumable media. One of them we know what it is, and we'll talk about it later. One of them we don't know what it is. Thirdly, there was a little leak. I don't know why, but no one even talked about it. There were no comments about it. The Star Atlas magazine. It was leaked by Blockchain Man. They say, I think the conversation went like Blockchain Magazine was like, we got to get you into the Star Atlas magazine. And then no one made a comment about it. And then Michael Wagner was like, yeah, sure. It sounds like something we should do. I'm not sure if it was actually the Star Atlas magazine or a Final Frontier magazine, but no one made a comment about it. So if you know what that was about in this town hall, if you've listened to the entire thing, let me know down below so we can find out about it. All right, let's have a look at some of our next ships. This looks incredible, doesn't it? This is the, you tell me, it's a Tufa ship, of course. It's the Rock people, and it's a commander ship. This is a Tufa Spirit. It's an anomaly ship. And it looks ginormous. It looks ginormous, and it looks very threatening and frightening. It looks like a very attack-oriented ship. Well, the Tufa are kind of like the ambush, lay in wait. So if you're not familiar with the Tufa, they're a new race that are kind of integrated with the environment. So they're integrated with the rock formations. That we have seen a character before, but that we don't have actually a lot of information about them. We do know they reside in the high-risk zone only, or the Cataclysm zone, and they're like the designated end game PvE enemies, super high level. So what do you think about the ship? I think it's cool. But I don't like the aesthetic of it. I think it could have been done a bit better. The shape of it, I think. It just, I don't know. Maybe I need another side picture of it. I think it's like the ship itself is cool. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like the shape of it. The shape of it, like it's got wings on the side, sure. It's got speakers built. It looks like it's got speakers at the top here. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't know what to say. I'm not a big fan of it. That's all. It looks cool, but I'm not a big fan of it. Is that contradictory? I think so. All right, let's keep going. The major topics. There is still no target date for the DAO. Now, this is a lot of information, so let's drive through this very quickly. So far, the Star Atlas DAO, every time you resupply your ships with the new resources, that we have 75 million in Atlas just sitting there, just accruing at the moment. Now, what are we going to do with that? We don't have a clue yet, because the DAO hasn't launched and we haven't started voting on anything. So this is part of the infrastructure. While all of this Atlas is being accrued, we'll be able to build the infrastructure needed to make sure we vote on the right things to do with it. The first thing we know is that they're going to be doing the DAO tooling through the Tribeca DAO. Now, the Tribeca DAO is kind of it's a set of protocols on Solana that are utilizing the Anchor framework, and this is one of the reasons why they really wanted to use it. The Tribeca DAO allows people to come in, stake a certain asset. In this case, it would be Atlas, and you get voting Atlas, maybe kind of like a VE Atlas, voting escrowed Atlas for a certain amount of time, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, that sort of stuff. And typically, the longer you lock it, the higher your voting weight. So basically, they're exploring the Tribeca DAO. They're waiting for the security audits to be finished. Now, the Tribeca DAO has been used on Solana, but there's specific parts of the Tribeca DAO, the tooling system that Star Atlas wants to use, and those parts aren't audited yet. So what are they doing? They're gonna wait until they can outsource this auditing to a software company, and then they're going to audit it and then say, yes, it's good, you should use it. No, we see this, maybe fix it here. And so they're working really closely with Tribeca DAO to try and get this done. But they did say this is now their #1 priority. That being said, still no date on it. So Polis is still going to be underperforming for a while. But then when it starts coming up, everyone starts locking up their Polis, price is going to start going up because there's none on the market. Okay, what else? They are setting up a new legal entity to take charge of the DAO. They're going to be employing a lot of legal business with this. Staking was worked on last year by a third party, but it's still not ready. Tribeca aligned more with the Star Atlas goals. There's two other kind of DAO tooling on Solana. One of them is Inc. and one of them is Realms. The Realms is done by the Solana program library and Solana Labs, but Tribeca uses the Anchor program set, which is apparently a lot better to use than the Realms / SPL program libraries. The fact that the rolling was coded using Anchor was a huge reason, which is the voting, was why the huge reason was the team chose Tribeca. The team is building the UI from scratch, which means they're going to need more time for this. And now they're testing this in the wireframes, which is just the programming language for it. They're testing it to make sure it actually connects well. All right, let's have a look at our new ship. This is at the start of the brochure. This, I don't actually know if it is a ship to be released or it's if it's a ship to be released or it's just concept. Recently, Chipto did say some of the ship pictures we do see, some of them are not actually ships. Some of them are just, how should I say, concepts. But this one, I think it might be a ship. It looks like some kind of Fimbus, BIOS, make-it-yourself ship. It looks like a freighting ship, to be honest. It looks like in an industrial area with containers all around it. But I just liked it because it was a ship I hadn't seen before. So, yeah, I like this. What do you think about this ship? Yeah. Next up, let's have a look at the major topics still. Character selections in the showroom. They're still aiming for mid-2022. There's going to be 2 species only. So maybe Mud, maybe Oni, but, Oni is alien races in general. So in the Oni, you have the Tufa, you have the small people. Who are the small people? I forget what the name are. Forget the small people. You have the Tufa, Oni, and others. I can't remember at the moment. And then you have like the Ursa as well. So we don't know if they're going to be which species specifically, but there's just going to be 2 because they want to show you the difference in heights, difference in maneuverability, all of this sort of stuff. The next big topic we're going to talk about is the space flight simulation. And this is one of the 2 consumable content that they were planning to release. One of them is a space flight simulator. That's crazy. This is going to be in UE5. This was not on the radar. No one kind of saw this coming. If you're familiar with space flight simulators, there is a cohort of people who are zealots about space flight simulators. They have the whole chair lying down. They got the VR goggles on, and then they're just like, they got maybe gyrating kind of chairs, and they're able to go in space, and it looks so cool. I'm going to look up some YouTube videos about this and maybe showcase some of them. And then at the end of it, they talked about 1 million new players in 2022 to go with the marketing campaign. They talked about the browser-based WebGL game. This is basically next iteration of what the text-based game is. So at the moment in Score, we can see it's mostly text-based. Yeah, there's a war, you read it here, you commit your ships here, you get it. Now, what they're actually pivoting towards in the mini game is a more promising 3D graphic game into the actual web-based game. So on the website, it should have WebGL elements, so you'll be able to interact with it. It won't be as great as a full-on UE5 game. It'll be still interactive, but it won't be a UE5 game. Okay, they're just trying to make it a bit more engaging for users. At the end of it, they also talked about the website. The website won an award in one of the previous competitions around in the ecosystem. I don't know too much about this because I did vote for them, but I hadn't followed them. The website itself is pretty good, the Star Atlas website. If you've seen it, if you've gone there to actually because there's 2 websites, the main homepage and then there's the play.staratlas, which I'm sure a lot of you people are familiar with. But either way, the website won awards. It'll just give a bit more marketing outside of Star Atlas and get our name out there a bit more, because when more people come, then they can buy our ships, right? All right. The next item they did release, which was crazy as well, we weren't expecting it, 2 giant releases this time. We had the brochure ships, which I'm going to make a full video on, and then we had the risk zone document, which I'm going to make a separate video on. So this was released by Danny Floyd. It kind of gives us a small explanation of the different risk zones about PvP, PvE, insurance, and a few other stuff. This is a very content kind of content-heavy document. So let's have a small look and have a look. Before with that, a few major topics. They're trying to make the high risk zone feel as if it's occupied. this was actually a question. Someone asked, how are you going to make it feel like it's so occupied? Because we have some games like No Man's Sky where, it's procedurally generated, the environment, the universe is so huge. It's so huge that sometimes you don't see anyone for 2, 3, 4 days when you're playing. What they're trying to say is that in Star Atlas, they're going to make it so that it's more occupied in certain areas. So stylistically, it's going to look less black, and there's going to be way more colorful, way more color inside the universe. They're going to scale the universe over time. So at the beginning, there's only going to be small pockets of places where people can actually go. But when the universe and the 1 million players come across, it's going to just increase and increase and increase, so that more players have more places to go. There's going to be a higher chance of meeting, especially in the Cataclysm Zone, because that's where a lot of activity is going to be. That's where a lot of the bounty and loot and PvP and higher risk SP is going to be. We'll look at the document after this in the next video that's going to come, and it's going to explain why a lot of people are going to go to the Cataclysm Zone. They also take inspiration from the flight system from Evon, I think one of the other games that they mentioned, I forget. And flying should feel like that later on. It's going to be first a real-time strategy-based game. It's going to be a top-down view only. Okay, I feel like I'm talking really fast. Here is the small snippet from the Risk Zone. We've already seen this document before. We've already seen this image before. This was given to us by Chipto. Basically, we have the 3 factions, which are the 3 Council of Peace faction, Oni, Mud, and Uster. Immediately surrounding the safe Council of Peace factions, we have the medium zones, the medium risk zones. Okay, in between the medium risk zones, you will have higher risk zones, and then in the middle, you have the Cataclysm high risk zone. Okay, so it's going to go, you're going to go from here, safe, medium, high, high, medium, safe, or safe, medium, high, super high risk zone, which is where the Tufa is going to be. Now, in the after party that I just listened to, they're saying immediately, this is the area that will be playable. But afterwards, all of this outside area is going to be the procedurally generated random content where you can go there, survival won't necessarily be assured, you won't know what's there, it's totally random. You could go out, lose all your fuel and just be stranded there because no one's going there. It's totally randomized. But that's way later down the line. But so far, this is what it looks like. Okay, let's move on. Now, they did talk about insurance as well. There's 2 things we can talk about, reclamation and insurance. So we knew insurance was coming to Star Atlas, but now we have a bit more information about it. So players, I'm going to leave this to read for yourself. You can, upon total destruction of ship, depending on the zone and the insurance package, so there's going to be services out there that sell you insurance packages. And keep in mind, not everyone's going to buy an insurance package. If you go to a high-risk zone with a shitty ship that you're happy to lose, you won't buy insurance for it. If you're not even transporting anything important, you won't buy insurance. But if you're like a guild and you're doing an important quest, or you're doing something like if you're hunting other players and you want insurance, you don't want to lose your capital. Because some of these ships are super expensive, right? You don't want to lose all your capital. You're going to insure it. So there's going to be services out there that will provide you that. Of course, they'll take a cut of that as well. And one thing I did notice at the bottom here, scanners can gain the ability to detect if an asset is insured, which is pretty cool, which gives a little utility boost to all the scanning ships out there. Read it again, scanners can gain the ability to detect if it's an asset is insured. So I'm guessing this is going to be a new module that'll be released. We haven't seen it yet. Maybe like a asset insurer, asset scanner for any of these scanning ships. Yeah, it's good. We got way more information. I can't cover it all in this video, but we'll keep looking. I'm going to end it here for now, guys. It's been about 20 minutes for this. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Star Atlas Town Hall number 27, provided by Aephian, MetaVerse Explorer, and Funcracker. Once again, thank you very much. I'm going to release 2 more videos, maybe not after this, maybe in a day or so after I've had a break, after I had some water to drink. Because there is a lot of information we have to go through. We have the GAO, all the new ships. What did you see the new ships? Some of them are really cool. Some of them look cool. Which ones are you going to buy? We have about 4 new classes. There's ground vehicles as well. There's ground vehicles. It's the first time we're going to see them. But it's for the whole year. So don't get ahead of yourself. We might see some of the ships in the market at the moment go down because people are going to start diversifying. You got 100 ships of one type. You don't need 100. You just sell 50 of them and then get 50 of something else that you wanted. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate your time as always. Bye for now.